This is the book of Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rekah Kodash. I want to give double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. I want to say peace, mercy, and blessings to all the hopeful elect. The name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, and that means He exists, that He is to be. The name of the Son is Yahweh Shai, and that means He is the deliverer, right? We are the Hebrew Israelites. There's 12 tribes of the nation. Today we're being called by different names to mock us and to hide who we truly are. We're being called Black, African American, Native American, Seminole, Indian, Latin, Hispanic, Cuban, Dominican, Mexican, Puerto Rican, all right? Uh, you know, but we're the Israelites. It's not about skin color, all right? It's about the seed line according to the Father, the self-proclaimed white man, the Ish people, the small hats, all right? They are Esau, Amalek. According to Bible prophecy, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. All right, and I was just, scrolling at lunch. I found this video. Pretty much the Most High put the spirit on this woman to go in. So we're just gonna use what she's saying to expose these wicked, demonic ass women. All right, as you can see, the title says "Women are the root of all evil," and we just open up with that in Sirach. So we just let her, talk and bring out some precepts. All right, I pray that this brings some edification.
Good morning, friends. I'm sorry that my hair like this. I'm gonna get it together, I promise. But we got bigger fish to fry right now. I really was not expecting that video to go like that. Like, I really wasn't. I really was just speaking my mind and my heart. But the more I'm reading the comments and the more these men are pouring out, you know what I'm saying, their feelings and shit and how they really feel, I'm starting to realize that money is not the root of our evil. It's really women. And they're going to cancel me for saying this because, I guess I am one of them. But
now the scriptures say the love of money is the root of all evil. All right, but the scripture goes, talks about money. The scripture also talks about the woman too. All right, the scriptures expose everything, and the Most High is using His apostles, prophets, bishops, teachers, elders to bring out the truth in these last days. But only the elect is going to get it, grasp it, hold on to it, and endure unto the end. Lord willing, I'll be up that number. I'll read this again. Sirach 25, also called Ecclesiasticus. All right, and this is found in the Apocrypha. The Apocrypha was took out in the mid-1600s by the Bible Destruction Group. The Apocrypha contains a lot of good history and wisdom. All right, Sirach 25 and 20. No, Sirach 25 and 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin. That goes back to Eve. And through her, we all die. Yeah, it goes back to the woman, which goes back to the Eve in the garden.
when you really think about it, the source of everybody pain stems from a motherfucking woman.
It goes back to Eve. All right, because through Eve, death entered, and that pain through childbirth. So let's get that. Yep. This is 1 Timothy 2. 1 Timothy 2 and 11. It's really the spirit. We had brought this out in camp. Actually, let me go at 9. 1 Timothy 2 and 9. In like manner also the women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broidered hair or gold or pearls or costly array. So not in this society. It's rare that you find a woman with a nice, long dress on. All right, It's rare that you find a woman that doesn't have a social media account and she's on there. You can see everything. All her goods is on there, man. She's on there naked. She's flirting with different men. You know, these women don't dress modest in this society. All right, you know, they don't wear head wraps. You know, but which becoming a woman, professing godliness with good works. 11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. Another thing, these women, they talk too much, man. All right, just talking, talk too much. Let's go back to Sirach. This is Sirach 25 and 20. As the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the aged. Right? Imagine, your grandma, your grandpa walking up a hill, then a hill that's sandy. Have you ever been on a beach walking in sand? Just imagine walking up a hill that's all sand. That's difficult. And then you're old. You most likely have a walking cane. It's not easy. It says, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man. Most brothers are quiet, peaceful, reserved. But then you have these women that just fucking talk and talk and talk. So you can't teach them nothing, man. You can't say nothing to them. You can't get a word in. 1 Timothy 2 and 11, let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. Means she's just supposed to sit there and don't say nothing, right? But I suffer not a woman to teach, a woman are not to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. 13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. That's the order. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. Yeah, the woman. It all goes back to Eve. Adam was not deceived, the woman was deceived. All right? Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith, all right, which is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, in Yahweh Shem Yahushai and her man, and charity, which charity is love, and holiness, being separate from the society, and the sobriety, also going with being separate from the society, leave the world behind. All right, the key word there is continue, because you had a lot of women, brothers had a woman, you might have kids with these women, but then they went off and they committed adultery, or they kicked you out, or they took the kids, or they took you to court, they put you on the child, they did this and that. And that's not continuing, so those women are not going to make it, right? Whether they be Israelite women or not, Scripture speaks about the elect lady, because we get on the woman because we have to, because a lot of these women are giving unto Satan. They got demons on them, they don't even know it, right? This is 2 John 1 and 1. The elder unto the elect lady and her children. Yeah, so there's going to be a woman that's going to be saved. Elect means chosen. Chosen by Yahweh Shem Yahushua to be delivered. Handpicked. And children, pregnant, toddlers, infants, whom I love in truth, and not I only, but also all they that have known the truth. All right, so you do have a remnant of elect women. A lot of these women, they just not going to make it. They're gonna catch a bad one, man.
They are the most evilest, manipulative, vindictive, victimized ass motherfuckers on this planet. They carry that little girl ass mentality with them forever.
And that's why whenever you meet a woman, you get to, people tell on themselves all the time. They get to talking. It's whatever happened in the previous relationships. None of it was ever her fault. It was always the man's fault.
And at some point, you got to be a grown ass motherfucking woman, and some of these bitches just not going for that. It saddens me that a lot of our women, they hate their daughters, and they're overly obsessed with their sons.
Which I had a woman tell me that her mom don't like the girls, but she loved the boys. So I heard that personally, and you see that, And the reason why the mom don't like the girls because she know they just like her ass. You know?
That shit be so wild to me. You know what I'm saying? Most women hate other women. It don't even matter. Like, little girl, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, women are jealous, man. Jealous as, bitter as demonic creatures. You know? That's why the elect, the woman that's of the elect, man, they're super blessed because a lot of women ain't gonna make it. This is Sirach 26 and 6. But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, you know? And a scourge of the tongue was communicated with all. And these women are very verbally abusive, which that's like a man being physically abusive. A woman being verbally abusive, talking shit to you all the time, just constantly nagging and trying to fight you and break you down and asking you questions and shit. This is annoying, you know? But a grieful heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman. These women are jealous. You know?
It could be a baby. Women gonna find a reason to be jealous of another female. Some it's gonna be something. Okay, think about all the women, you know what I'm saying, growing up, they call you fast, you know what I'm saying, they got all this negative ass shit to say about you when they had just got done doing some of that shit maybe 2 or 3 years before. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of them bitches still was doing some of the shit that they talk about other people for. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, y'all got to stop praising these bitches just because they put their kids on top of the line clothes. These bitches put them clothes and shit on them kids and put them shoes and shit on them kids because that's a reflection of them. If you put your eyes on the child and the child look good, you gonna automatically think that the mama just doing her shit. Whole time this bitch done been on 5 dates this week and ain't cooked them children out one hot ass motherfucking meal. They done ate fucking...
A modern woman should, you know, can't cook. All right? They're not trying to learn how to cook. They're not trying to sit down and learn recipes. You know?
Make nuggets all week. These women don't give a fuck about no child happiness.
That's why they take them from the father. The father is the one that loves the woman and the children. The woman, she would just use those children as a payday, man. Or use them as a tool to hurt the man because they're not together anymore. You know, shit happened like 5-10 years ago. But, you know, but she's still upset about it. She's still bitter, you know?
Women don't really give a fuck about nothing but themselves, to be honest.
Selfish and jealous creatures, you know?
I hate to say it, but women are way stronger than men. That's why it's so many broken...
And that's where she goes off, because the scripture clearly says that that the woman is the weaker vessel. This is 1 Peter 3:7. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge. Yes, knowledge of the scriptures. You know, you have to have, you know, level of discernment. You have to understand how these women operate and the games they play. You know, you have to understand that you can't move with them. So you have to pray to Yahweh Shem Yahushua that you don't get them pregnant. You know, it says, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel. She's more susceptible to Satan, right? I remember Elder Pastor Kabar said women are akin to wickedness. I mean, they're more open up to it. And as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. Now, you do have some brothers with wives and they're, you know, they're working things out, and that's beautiful. That's not the case for everybody. You have brothers that tried it and it didn't work out, you know?
Homes out here. That's why it's so many guided men, because a lot of these men are attracted to women that are just like their mama. And it's sad to say they might love their mama to death, but they did not have a good ass mama. So a lot of men grow up or they become grown and they cling to what's familiar to them. And then they find a good woman and they lock up because I don't know nothing about this. Then you have women out here that know a man is good, see he have a good heart, see he just a pure, genuine person. Ain't nobody perfect, but women see shit like that. And they play against that shit.
They take advantage of you. They take advantage of you. All right? Put you through the fucking ringer, man.
They can know that you have, ties to a child and you don't want to be with the mama. They'll block you from being with your child and the child mama and don't even love you.
That's why these women, most sides gonna put them to death. Matter of fact, let me get, this is Sirach chapter 7 and verse 26. And I find more bitter than death the woman. Yeah, the woman, she'll make you want to die, man. She'll make you want to off yourself. You see it time and time again where a man, he didn't put his all in this woman and find out that she don't want to be with him, or she never loved him, or he come home one day and she's getting in with another man. And what does he do? He offs himself, or he offs the man, or he offs everybody in the house, or he kills his woman and children, then himself. All right? These women are more bitter than death, man. Whose heart is snares and nets, all right? Meaning all the things on her mind is about trapping you up, playing games and shit, man. And her hands as bands. Whoso pleases the Most High shall escape from her. Yeah, saying that she's pregnant, which a lot of cases, these women be committing paternity fraud because they don't know who the dad is because they're whores. But the sinner shall be taken by her. That's why you gotta be praying, man, especially when you're dealing with these women. Praying to Yahweh Shem Shai, that you be protected, because you never really know what these women are thinking, because they're good actors. 27, but hold, this I have found, said the preacher, counting one by one to one account, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found. So let's go to that in the Amplified. This is Ecclesiastes 7. This is in the KJV, the Amplified Bible. You go down to 26. And I discovered that of all irrational sins, none has been so destructive and beguiling one away from God as immoral woman. For more bitter than death is the woman whose heart is composed of snares and nets, and whose hands are chains. Whoso pleases the Most High will escape from her, but the sinner will be taken captive by her evil. And these women are fucking evil. And brothers, we've been through it. Living with a woman, that's evil. Right? 27, behold, I have discovered this, says the preacher, while adding one thing to another to find an explanation. 28, while I am still seeking, but have not found. I have found one man among 1,000 who pleases the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and that's the elect, and at the 144,000, right? The 1/3, men, women, and children. But I have not found such a woman among all these 1,000 in my harem. Now, what's a harem? All right, because King Solomon had 1,000 women. He had a harem, This is the Etamah. It says, part of a Middle Eastern house reserved for women, wives, and concubines. All right, so here's a man, King Solomon, had thousands of women. He say among men he found, out of, 1 out of 1,000. He found a man that, pleases the Most High, a righteous man. But he said among a woman, I ain't find none of them. in his harem, meaning what? They were his women. They were close to him. All right. So not even Solomon had righteous women.
Women do a lot of.
You know. So, so if that goes back thousands of years ago, you definitely ain't gonna find none. They're all most evil. You know, outside of the elect lady, the elect remnant that's gonna be delivered. All these women are fucking evil. You know.
Fucked up ass shit to people and don't even love them. That's what be the fucked up shit about it. Because a nigga did, or kids or anybody been and went through so much shit behind a motherfucker, all to finally realize one day, damn, this motherfucker don't even love me. This motherfucker was all out for their own personal gain this whole time. It's sad because nobody talks about, you know what I'm saying, what people really go through, especially women. You know what I'm saying? Especially women. We get hated by our mamas. We get hated by our aunties. We get hated, you know what I'm saying? We catch strays from people. You know what I'm saying? Bitches be halfway raised their fucking child, ain't taught their child how to watch between their legs, under their arms, behind their neck, or nothing. But be.
Yep. Yep. These black women are horrible parents, man. You know? It's the Lamentations. It's Lamentations, this is Job 39:16. She is hardened against her young ones as though they were not hers. Her labor is in vain without fear. These women don't fear the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. They don't fear their husbands. They don't fear their fathers. They don't fear the men in their family. You know, they're proud whores, and they don't raise their children right. They treat them like shit. You know. This is Lamentations 4:3. It says, even the sea monsters draw out the breast. They give suck to their young ones. Yeah, a lot of these women, they don't believe in breastfeeding. They give these children all type of infamil and poison and shit. You know, the daughters of my people is become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness. These women are fucking cruel towards their children, man. All right.
It's sad because nobody talks about, you know what I'm saying, what people really go through, especially women. You know what I'm saying? Especially women. We get hated by our mamas. We get hated by our aunties. We get hated, you know what I'm saying? We catch strays from people. You know what I'm saying? Bitches be halfway raised their fucking child, ain't taught their child how to watch between their legs, under their arms, behind their neck, or nothing. But be the first one to tell somebody or tell the whole family that this child is sexually active. Maybe because the child just got a little bit of attention from somebody and just couldn't take it. Women are the source of evil. It ain't money. It is sorry ass, selfish ass bitches that's all out for self. And the minute shit don't go their motherfucking way.
That's why a lot of this is why you had years ago you had MGTOW, which is men going their own way. You know, you have passport bros, you have all these different things to where men are just not dealing with women, especially American women. If they are, they're getting one from overseas. Because you can see all these women have all type of tattoos, which that's a sign that she ain't shit. You know, if a woman have tats, that's like a red flag. All those different hair colors. You know, multiple children by different men. You know.
Our hair finna break loose. are not the problem. Y'all not the problem. Women are the motherfucking problem. You wanna know why? Because they very smart. Most women are smarter than men. They know what the fuck they be doing. And
Let's get that in, what's that, Ezekiel? A lot of these women, they're going to get put to death. You know? Any simp that tries to help you, they're going to get put to death too. This is Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4. And the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abomination that be done in the midst thereof, and that's the elect. And that mark here is a spiritual mark. The mark upon the believers is a spiritual mark, the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. In the Hebrew, the word there is Tawah, which means a mark that makes you exempt from judgment. All right? Says, and that, I read it again. And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abomination that be done in the midst thereof. Woman being evil to you, that's an abomination. Not being able to properly raise your children or spend time with them, abomination. All right? Female judges being taken to court, child support, the Title 40 program, being thrown in jail because of woman, abomination. All right? Hell, seeing homosexuals, female supervisors trying to usurp authority over you at work, lesbians, abomination, man. There's plenty of abominations that we sign and crying for. The food, the chemtrails. All right? 5. And to the others he said in my hearing, Go ye after him through the city and smite to the ones that think this shit is okay. They're cool with it. You having a good time. All right? Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Verse 6. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children. The maid is a woman. All right? It says, but come not near. It says, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. A maid is a woman. And, of course, it says woman twice. That's what I'm trying to say. So it emphasized it. So women are going to be put to death out here. Right? But come not near any man upon whom is the mark. And begin in my sanctuary. Then they begin at the ancient men, which was before the house. And that's the elect. The elect are going to be, we're in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. All right? So you about to start seeing a lot more of these women getting put to death. And wicked.
other women know what
Simp, Jesus Christ worshiping niggas too. Sellouts, homos, download niggas. Right?
they be doing too. But instead of y'all telling these hoes, bitch, you tripping. Bitch, you goofy. Bitch, get the fuck away from me. Y'all know what y'all do? Y'all get around a bunch of clown ass hoes and form a friend group. And it really don't even be a friend group because these hoes do not be liking each other. Like y'all.
And a lot of women don't like each other, man. They're jealous of each other. You know? That's why a lot of these women, they sleep with their friends' man. You know?
Y'all don't even like each other. Y'all don't like yourself. Y'all bitches need to heal. It's these bitches, y'all. I'm sorry. I can see why niggas don't be stunned, y'all. Like, I can see, like, niggas be wanting to love us. They be happy.
Why, these women, they're just nothing but, hit it and quit it, toot it and boot it, like Jake say. That's all you can do with the modern woman, You can't marry her,
One thing I learned about women, this come from an attractive man, they get 10 out of 10 women. They like the devil more than they like God, gang. And I know that shit sound crazy, gang, but it's the truth. Like, most of the women I dealt with in my life, gang, they took heed to the voice of Satan more than they took heed to the voice of God.
Yep, and that's what the apostle was saying. He said women are akin to wickedness. I don't know if I'm seeing this. I don't know if I'm spelling that right. I'm probably not spelling that right, but you get the point, you know. This is 1 Timothy 5 and 15. Actually, you gotta go to the whole chapter. 1 Timothy 5 and 14. I will therefore the younger woman marry, bear children. God, that's what the scriptures say. But in this society, you're taught feminism. You're taught that this is a form of how you said. You taught that this is a form of slavery, or this is a form of oppression. This is what the scriptures say. Give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully, for some women are already turned aside after Satan. Yeah, a lot of these women are actually witches. You know?
And I believe it's because God tells women to listen to men, and the devil tells women that she's a goddess and that men should listen to her.
Then you have a lot of niggas that say that too. The black woman is God, my goddess. All right, Simps gonna get put to death too.
And I think that's where the disconnect happening with men and women. You feel me? Because we're not preparing ourselves for the right family dynamic, bro. You feel me? So what's happening is the men are just getting to a point where like they just like fuck women, fuck them. You feel me? Because they starting to understand like this bitch not gonna listen no way. She thinks
they're not gonna make it. You know, they're very small, man. I'm telling you, man, the elect lady is very, very blessed. All right, no matter how they look, because they're gonna get new bodies, they're gonna be changed. We're all gonna be changed. Lord willing, of the elect, man. Lord willing. You know.
Know everything.
A lot of these women that got some type of beauty to them, you know, they look good. they be masculine. They act like niggas. You know, and that that shit is annoying. You know, you see a fine ass woman, you talk to her, she talking to you like she a dude. Her mannerism is very masculine, but that's what this society has produced, which is another abomination. A lot of the men are feminine due to the stuff they put in the food and in the water and stuff you see on TV. You're constantly being conditioned to program your family members. A lot of people were touched, you know. They got tampered with, man. So a lot of people are fucked up out here. This whole place needs a reset, you know. But a lot of these women are very masculine. They got demons on them, you know.
So fuck them. And then the women are at the point where it's like, man, this nigga think he know everything, and he think he's God, or he thinks he's just over me. So fuck him. So that's what a disconnect is, gang. It's
with the Most High, hey, the Israelite man is the prize. All the women on the earth know that except the black woman. You know, what's that said? The man was not created for the woman. This is 1 Corinthians 11. 1 Corinthians 11 and 8. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. The woman was created for men. All right, for as a helpmeet. Right. For this cause ought the woman to have power on her head because of the angels. Yeah, the woman should have, you know, her head covered. And she should be praying, and she should be listening to her man. Right?
The fact that we're not running our relationships how they supposed to be ran. And that's what's fucking us up, gang. And that's why you got a lot of miserable women out here. Single women. Got 4, 5 kids, 2, 1 kids. By herself. Now she gotta go deal with a nigga like this that's not really a man. So now she's becoming more miserable.
I'm sorry. Exactly.
Silly.
It's a very difficult thing.
No, it is not. It's just ridiculous.
Darling, you act like you just didn't do it because you're tripping on what I said. You can't do it. I'm gonna give you Jeopardy time to think about it.
I don't want to think about it. Me, all my friends.
All your friends. You failed with your first answer and the second.
I wouldn't have a bitch as a friend.
Darling, heck, you know, I'm gonna start fucking your friends just to show you
Oh my
who
God.
the fuck you
here
got
we
around
go.
you. I've been nice, D. I'm gonna fuck all of them. I'm FaceTiming you. I'm gonna be like, what was that? It's going down.
That would make her bitch.
Dare
That
you
would
say
make
they're
her a
not
whore,
bitch.
but not a bitch.
This is the way.
Right, this is the way.
That would make her desperate.
I
and a
ain't doing
whore,
this
but
shit
not-
without you.
Not a bitch.
What is it? Okay, darling, what is the definition of a bitch to you? Exactly.
Somebody mean, an asshole.
That's not the definition of a bitch. It's
To
nice
you,
bitches.
To you. What?
It's nice bitches.
They're phony being. You can't be a nice bitch.
You can't.
No. You're using bitch. He's using bitch for female.
Scripture speaks about a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. All right. This is Sirach 26 and 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. Yahweh Shem Yahushai. These women don't fear the Lord. They're not shamefaced. They have no fear. And that's the problem. They're parasitic.
He's using bitch.
No, it's male bitches. One of them
but they're
came to the show to
assholes.
visit.
Right, but they're assholes.
No, they
It's the
bitches.
same thing.
They bitches.
Well,
But I'm just saying, we're talking about women take offense to the word bitch.
I don't. But I was just saying, you asked me something about what have I said tonight?
No, let's go over this bitch thing.
When-
Let's go over this
when
bitch
he
thing.
asked that, and I
And
said,
Marv
well.
and Val, if y'all hear me say something that you want to add in, please interject. If I'm with you, D, and a nigga call you a bitch, he out of pocket because he trying me.
Well, Aries did.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
He got beat up.
Not by you.
No, he didn't get beat up by me.
Right.
But he was out of pocket. He'd have never been back on the show. I'd have hollered at him later, but he wound up getting his ass whooped that
He
day.
sure did. That's why I don't know. But I was like, ooh, uh-oh.
We on air. He a comedian. I'm gonna be like, hey, player, let me tell you something. You was trying too hard, man. Trying to do too much. You don't talk like that. You know, I'm saying on no motherfucking shit like woo woo woo. And I'm with these people up here like that. That's how I hollered at him. Like on some real shit. Not no I'll beat your ass shit. Just you ain't always gotta fight a nigga. You just holler at the nigga, cause maybe the nigga don't know.
You think
You
I
hey,
don't
hey,
know
hey, you
that?
was out of
I
pocket.
don't care.
But I still wouldn't have had him back around me because I believe he an out of pocket nigga.
Facts. D's an angel.
This nigga. I fucking love it, boy. I love it. I'm trying, you know. Working my way back to you, babe.
With a burning love inside.
No, D, look, we joking
You don't
about
think I
some
know?
shit.
I'm saying you just asked
But
that,
D,
though, about what
if
have you
somebody,
done
if I'm with
I said
you,
that's all. That's the only reason I brought that up. Because didn't you just ask? You were like, what
No,
have
wait,
I
you
said
did it.
tonight?
no, it's on point. What you
Okay.
said is on point, but I'm letting you know I'm also an entertainer. That's how I pay the bills. That's how I can't just get tricked out the bag.
So when you refuse,
You see the nigga tried to sue. He tried to sue the 5150 show. He didn't really go after Zoe.
right?
He went after the show because that's where the money is. Just like the other bitch ass tampon nigga.
Right.
His ugly ass monkey mob is after the show. Ain't got no motherfucking case credited worth shit because I don't fuck with tampon or the monkeys. But they claim monkey. And that's their problem. Listen, I speak on monkeys and gorillas. So if you get offended, okay, you go to the court. All the lames will be like, you supposed to go outside and all that shit. That ain't how players play it, though.
Right.
Now, this nigga's for that. It's niggas for that. Niggas to just block her. Whether it's a punch or whatever. I ain't one of them niggas for that, dog. Stupid bitch is looked at as an insult, but it's actually a very accurate adjective.
All right, so like he said something else that was spiritual, but I can't really find it, you know. But it's all right, and I'll most likely edit that out. And
Same thing with niggas.
let's see.
Nigga.
Guys, listen to me. Women will gaslight you and
All right, yeah, but with that, man, you know, I'll just end it. You know, I pray this has brought some edification. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem El Shai. Say shalom to the hopeful elect.